Hi, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm back with the reading for the Capricorn full moon. So what I will say for this full moon is that the energy is really demanding. It's complicated energy at this point in time because there is that strong vibe of the dark feminine rising to the surface. And this is kind of like the root chakra of the earth opening. It's almost like the core of the earth opening, the underworld starting to rise, all that kind of thing. And so that energy of just anger and the desire to break free, from old authorities, it's really, really strong and present within the field right now. But at the same time, this is not an energy of mastery. You know, the enlightened version of Capricorn is really about spiritual mastery. It's really about the ability to create evolution, to add another layer instead of creating revolution, you know, cutting away and kind of like dismantling and destroying what has been. That is the entire essence, I feel, of Capricorn. It's like we want to be richer, we want to add more layers, you know, in the same way that our body is built. It's layer upon layer. We don't necessarily want to cut away from the system. We can change the system by adding things just as much as we can change the system by removing things and destroying things. And so that impulse, that dark feminine impulse of destruction and essentially, you know, death, it's a death impulse. That is not a masterful energy. It's an energy that exists within all life. You know, it's nothing humane in a sense about it. It's nothing evolved about it. And so that's why I think like this energy is quite challenging, because it requires us to have a very, in a sense, sharp yet detached masculine energy within our being to be able to really ride this dragon that is that force of the dark feminine energy. And so it's not that easy actually to step into this right now and do this reading. So that's why I think that I'm just gonna start pulling some cards and see what comes through. I'm gonna pull from this Shaman Oracle deck. So let's see. For the high school. Underneath the deck was the Rainmaker. This I love. I love to see this card. Let's see what came out. Ooh, Pachamama in reverse. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit that this is referring a little bit to the message I started with. You know, when I said that dark feminine, like the destructive impulse, you know, the impulse to just fight whatever is in your way and whatever is holding you back without really taking the time to step back and understand why it's there, how it's there, how is it blocking you, you know, how is it blocking me, when was it created, you know, all of these questions that we can ask that allows us to understand reality a bit better. I feel that force that rises from the root right now, if we just let it come out in its like raw form, it's not gonna ask any of these questions. It's just gonna destruct whatever is in its way. And so that's what I'm feeling, that, like I said, this is kind of a death energy. And I feel with the Rainmaker here underneath the deck, I feel like it's the energy that we channel. It's gonna kind of infuse our emotional realm more and more and more. And so I feel like if we're wanting to create abundance at this point in time, if we're actually wanting to create change that can serve everyone, it's almost as if we do need that strong masculine energy present within ourselves. We do need that. And something that I've been getting over the past couple of days, that my guides have been kind of talking to me or showing me, is that to be a gift why is it so bright suddenly? That's weird. It's like getting so bright. Maybe that's some kind of message. I'm not understanding it quite, but maybe that's also the Capricorn energy. But there's something about like to be a gift. For the masculine to be a gift, you kind of have to be present, right? And what does that mean? It means that you need to have the experiences, have had some of the experiences that the men or the masculines that came before you had. So to have a strong, competent, masterful masculine energy within yourself, that means that you would have had to travel in your life. You know, you would have had to gone to different places, maybe lived in different places. And I'm feeling that it's like when you reach like 3 different places, that's when something kind of magical happens. It's almost as if you have had 2 or more different experiences, that is some kind of magic number somehow. And so I feel like, you know, the masculine energy, it has to have traveled, it has to have kind of studied, you know, 2 or more academic branches or directions or fields. Maybe it has to speak like 3 different languages, you know, it has to have started 3 different businesses. I don't know, you know, I'm just making things up here, but it takes quite a lot to like be on that level of having a masterful masculine energy in today's world. And so that's also why I think that this energy is very challenging to a lot of us, because we might not have the mind yet. We might not have built the mind yet to be able to actually really ride that dragon and understand that dragon. And the way to build that mind, it really comes through experience. Studying, learning another language, traveling to a new place, you know, it's like going into different spaces and really experiencing them. That's kind of how like that masculine energy builds his mind. But in order to do that, you know, in order for us to be comfortable doing that as an individual, we kind of also have to have this gifted feminine energy. And for the feminine energy to be like a gift, what I feel is that she needs to be something, or we need to be something that is able to create kind of everything from nothing. You know, that's like the true feminine resourcefulness, that give her a few seeds, you know, and she creates food for the entire family. Like, that's how the feminine becomes a gift, by really being in tune with nature, with earth, and again, understanding all of these processes, understanding creation, how to give birth, how to create with earth itself. And so that's kind of just what's coming through a little bit, that if you're feeling lost at this point in time, just maybe reflect on these 2 sides of yourself. You know, what we're entering into right now are evolutionary times. They are extremely demanding times of us. And so maybe reflect on what you can do, what you can start, that is either gonna, you know, help your masculine develop some more skills through experiencing some new things, or what you can start or what you can do to help your feminine get closer to the earth and get closer to that creative force of abundance. And I feel for a lot of us that, again, this is true to Capricorn energy, that when we start to see the truth, we also start to see that, damn, like, this is gonna take me a decade. Like, this is gonna take me my entire life. I'm never gonna be able to do this within my lifetime. And so again, it can feel dense, hard, and that is that true Capricorn energy. It can be very unforgiving and, again, demanding. So I think just be aware of it. I don't think it's you, I think it's the energy. So if you really want to build that sense of mastery and become that spiritual master, You know, you're gonna use this for your betterment, and you're gonna become stronger by it. And the people that they still want to remain a victim, and they still want to, you know, put this fake mask over their face and not really do the work, they're also going to choose to do that at this point in time. That's what I'm feeling, because again, the energy is going to be so demanding. So let's pull some tarot cards as well here. Anything else that we need to know? So I'm also getting some kind of chatting about like the importance of holding our energy. I feel like at this point in time, probably it's gonna be better to take a step back and like restrain your energy a little bit. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, definitely strength coming out here. I'm hearing the masculines are still too immature, so this might be a collective thing. Again, like I said, it takes a lot, right, to be a masterful masculine energy at this point in time. It requires us to study a lot of different fields, and it's not that many years ago since this, you know, became possible. You know, with the internet, it is actually possible for us right now to learn quite a lot of things and have quite a lot of experiences, you know, build our knowledge, our skill set in a much shorter time than what was possible before. But that's still rather new, and so it feels like we're not really up to par with the potentials of what we could become yet. It's like our inner masculine energies are still immature. And so that's why I'm feeling with this strength, it's like, yeah, the temperance, you know, the energy before Capricorn. Temper yourself, I'm also feeling here. And listen to the feminine, I'm actually also feeling. You gotta be able to read the state of your inner feminine before you act. Like if she's a raging dragon that is actually coming from this energy of destruction, then that's also what you're channeling. Like you're channeling death, you're an animal, is what I'm hearing. But again, with the Queen of Pentacles there underneath the deck, it's like if your feminine is like this very abundant, creative, innovative, if you have so many ideas and you feel like you have so much to share, but it's coming from this place of like the cup runneth over, kind of like with the Rainmaker, like you feel like I have so much, then I feel like it's just gonna be so much more abundant. So really pay attention to the feminine energy within and her state. For yeah, not every, like, don't take every ride that comes by, is what I'm getting. You know, don't jump onto every kind of like Chariot. We're still in, we are in Cancer season, so it's like, you know, the Chariot and the chariots of Cancer, they come through from within. They're kind of like these emotional rides or archetypes, you know, every archetype has a very specific feeling connected to it, and so when they come out, we feel this very specific feeling, and that's kind of, if we're like jumping on that feeling and starting to play it out, then we catch the ride. And so I feel like the guidance is don't catch every ride right now that comes by, because I'm also hearing, because there's gonna be a lot of nasty ones passing by. Yeah, also Wheel of Fortune here. It's like a lot of clearing. The wheel is spinning and I'm hearing like crazy. So I feel like there's just a lot of clearing coming out. And if we're not aware, detached, questioning our inner worlds, we're just gonna catch a lot of nasty rides, I feel, and that's gonna become then a part of, I'm hearing, our lack of mastery. Like it's I feel what I'm actually hearing is like you're gonna prove to the world that you're not an authority. Like that you should not be in a position of leadership is what I'm hearing. So I would just say be observant, be as calm as possible, and maybe even get out of situations where you feel like you're not able to maintain your cool. Take a step back, because this is just the beginning is what I'm hearing. What we're experiencing now, this is just the beginning. But and now I'm just channeling what I'm hearing. But already a lot of fools are falling. So again, you know, the Capricorn energy is a bit sharp and demanding. Yeah, the Hierophant in reverse with the Sun card. So many major arcanas actually as well. So it's really, I feel like, really be aware of the energy of the false light. You know, the authority that is not actually an authority, the authority that's not actually in union with themselves. You know, they're just using their words to claim that they are. But if you just look a bit deeper, if you just question them even, you're gonna see that they will start to get angry. And if someone gets angry for you for questioning their validity, you know that this is not a person that is at peace with themselves. You know, they're not in union with themselves. That's what I'm getting here. But there's also something more here. Yeah, I'm also here feeling these very dark energies that are energies of self-destruction in a sense. So I think that this may be coming up for a lot of you as well, especially if you have been on like the path of union. A lot of what is being cleared now are energies of previous false authorities, and so it's like the energetic imprint of energies that were played through people in your lives in the past, and that kind of took your light away, like that kind of shamed you for being something that you naturally were, instead of helping you to kind of evolve that energy to a higher, more masterful level. So that's what I'm feeling. It's like, it's not about shaming our inner darkness. Be also cautious of that. Don't shame yourself if you notice things that you don't like. Instead, try to figure out how you can help infuse that energy with more energy, with more high vibrational energy. Again, think the Temperance card of Sagittarius. How can you like infuse that low vibrational energy with a high vibrational energy to help it move into new form? You know, that's what it's all about. It's not about shaming or judging. It's about, in a sense, feeding the dark with light and with love, because when we do that, it changes its form. It's no longer just dark, right? And remember that when we're doing this type of work, this is us working on our actual body, the cells in our body. It's like we're teaching specific cells how to generate new neurotransmitters and give us different feelings. And so it's not like it's this very metaphysical, magical work that we're doing necessarily. We can see it like that when we look at it through our subconscious and through our third eye, kind of like our mystical vision. But we can also understand it in a very practical, mundane way of that this is just us teaching our body how to exist in a more abundant, in a more evolved state. Again, here with the Queen of Pentacles, you know, helping the nature that we are evolve. So I also see that you may have a lot of realizations around this, around how you can really help your own body to lift itself in different ways. I feel like this is actually really also going to benefit your masculine energy, because the more healthy you are, you know, the in a sense, the brighter you are, the brighter your cells are, you know, the less you're gonna let yourself be blocked or held back, or like, you know, you're just gonna, yeah, maybe you're gonna fall on your face, but then quick enough you're gonna be up on your feet again, and you're gonna be ready to try again, you know. And that's really what we need. We need that stamina, like, okay, I didn't make it this time, now I feel better now, though, like now I feel better again, I'm gonna try again. So that's what I'm feeling for a lot of you, that you may actually start to, I feel like for some of you, I feel like you might even be getting the feeling that you're starting to decipher reality a little bit, and like you're that you're like, yeah, it's almost like this feeling of being kind of giddy. Yeah, definitely. Wow, yeah. Page of Wands and the Chariot here. I love it. And interestingly, Five of Swords underneath the deck. And so I feel for some of you, you're letting go of those like harsh feelings, and again, maybe like creating narratives based on that victim mentality of like always trying to one up people, or like having this insecurity, you know, that is very evident when people are like this, always like this battle hungry, trying to be the big man. It's based on insecurity. And so I feel like a lot of you are really letting go of that, and instead of being so obsessed with that identity, it's like you're just starting to learn and experiment, and I'm hearing build your life. I really love it. It started heavy, this reading, but it ended really, really light. And so I feel that tap into that energy of evolution. Tap into that energy of understanding the flow of evolution. Like, ask for downloads about this subject if you feel stuck, because I feel like there is definitely a way here to really create a lot of abundance and a lot of lightness and light, and like really destined changes. So many major arcanas coming out here from this very, very challenging and demanding energy of just basically death and destruction. So I hope you guys are tapping into this. I'm sure you are. That's why I'm getting it through this reading. So thank you for doing that. Take care of yourself. Bye now.